Okay, why isn't she cammed up, Noble? I can't see her face.
Oh, you can't see my face because, like I said, I got my kids with me, and then I ain't have time to get cute. So, you know, I like to.
This her channel.
Ma'am, it's midday. How much time do you need to get cute?
You'll see the screen. She right here.
That's a picture. I want to see her live.
Oh, well, you eventually will, but right now you're not gonna see me live. You got to deal with that.
Why did you say live like that?
You're gonna see me live. Don't worry.
Okay.
Just not today.
Just not today. I gotta wait. I gotta wait.
Don't pay him no mind. This is my fault.
But listen. That's
he only civil at night.
Yeah, listen.
I ain't gonna be civil tonight.
Man, Drill, leave her alone.
All right.
Somehow.
Things to do.
Hey, man. Bro, no, did you hear what he said? He said, I want to see it live. Like, what?
You're so stupid. God damn.
What's wrong with this nigga?
He needs some milk.
Damn, give him some milk.
Hey, look. No. He needs some milk.
You won't see nobody like me for like 12 other years. You see they do all the time. I'm different level. You crazy? You can't even coach my type of style. They style is regular. I gave him crazy work. Crazy work. And then look, and the dudes you kept getting all this love to, crazy work. Don't ever try me. Ever.
Let me go.
This sounds so easy. It's like some man. He's tripping. Hold on, let me ask you a question. Check his drink. He's tripping.
Boom, the world class.
Real shit, yo.
Butterfly in the sky.
Come on!
I can go twice as high.
Let's get it on.
Take a look,
nigga.
In a book,
my nigga.
Reading rainbow.
You think it's a game?
I can go anywhere.
Suck my dick.
Friends to know,
my nigga.
Ways to grow,
nigga.
Reading rainbow.
Here we go again.
I can be anything.
Same old shit. What?
Take a look,
nigga.
In a book,
my nigga.
Reading rainbow.
This is the shit I be talking about. You think it's a game? You think it's a game? What I really want? What I really want? Bad or die. Talk is cheap, motherfucker.
All right. Welcome to the world class. I am Noble. Miguel Mario Tunica Bay. Moorish American Muslim consecrated and appointed missionary in the Moorish Science Temple of America. And we're doing part 2 of I told y'all Race Traders 101. I never got to finish. I actually never got to begin the freaking Obsidian and Pearly things conversation to see what everybody was so upset about, you know. So that's why I haven't really been speaking on it, because I haven't gone through this. I've been recording other things. I know it's a lot of stuff going on and I'm kind of late, but I've been calling this dude out for a minute. I seen him right away when I came in this space, and I listened to the nigga talk. I figured that I just don't see how people don't see how this nigga's literally a piece of shit. But you know, we're gonna check out this video. Actually, not gonna waste too much time. We're gonna get right into it.
And we are live. You're listening to Obsidian Radio, and I am your host, Mumia Obsidian Ali. It is Sunday, March 26, 2023.
So I just grabbed it because I can't play the website. The audio is not working. I'm not really sure. Still haven't figured out that bug. Once I do, it will be done. But for now, gotta actually like record things and convert it to MP4, so I'll play on StreamYard and play it like this. So Might end up skipping ahead a little bit. It's a lot of material here, and I do want to get to the meat. So if you happen to stop through and know what most of the egregious stuff is, just let me know.
I want to welcome everybody to the show. Going to get right to it because everybody knows why we are here, and the lady of the hour, our esteemed guest, the one, the only, the notorious JPT, if you will, is here as well. Just Pearly Things. Everybody knows why we are here. Let me go ahead and lay out a few things right at the outset to kind of set the tone for what we're doing today. Number one, and you know, everybody knows why we're here. The Unplugged interview with Just Pearly Things, and I want to lay some of the ground rules before we get started. Right off the rip.
Let me go back a second. So today's topic, that day's topic was Just Pearly Things Unplugged, the exclusive interview.
And I want to lay
Didn't
some
she
of the
interview
ground
more than
rules
just him?
before we get started. Right off the rip, I want to make it clear that Miss Just Pearly Things agreed to come on today to directly address the Nick Fuentes interview and other things attended to it that we'll get into over the course of the interview today. But she specifically requested that I reach out to
other things attended to it? What the fuck are you talking about?
A number of content creators who have disagreed with her stance regarding the Fuentes interview.
You mean the niggas that got fucking dignity? And the girls that y'all threw under the bus? You mean them? What are you talking about right now?
Now, for those of you who may not be aware of this, I covered the interview in its entirety. It was a 3-hour-long interview. But I'm talking between Just Pearly Things and Nick Fuentes. I did not clip it. I did not use any, segments out of it or edit it in any type of way. I let it roll from front to back. You can check that out on this channel right here. I just did that. I covered it for 8 hours.
Well, that's literally what I'm doing now. The same exact thing. I ain't clip shit. I just recorded it. It's right here. So I'm listening to every word this nigga said.
Hours yesterday. So you can see for yourself. And you can make your own decisions.
What's going on, JBZ?
Miss Just Pearly Things
shout out to the Big Mic Drop.
To reach out to
shout
the
out
content
to
creators that you saw in the montage preceding the show.
Y'all want the link, just tell me, I'll drop it. It ain't a big deal. If you just want to let me rock, that's what's up too.
And I did. I emailed them personally. I also posted it on my community tab, an open letter, an invitation.
What's going on, April, pretty girl? She said, "Hey, world class, honey. What's going on, love? Glad to see you come through."
Invitation for all of them to come out and have a conversation with Just Pearly Things. Whether you agree or disagree with Just Pearly Things, I think it's fair to say that she brings people together.
I don't know if that's fair. I don't know about the bringing the people together thing. I can't confirm that. But maybe from his perspective, that makes sense.
That is what social media is all about.
Is it now?
And we hope that they will come and join the conversation. A number of them, not all, but a number of them have already registered that they will not be joining us this evening. That's their choice.
I don't like his choice of words.
So with that being said, I want to lay a couple of ground rules for today's topic. Number one.
Okay.
Just Pearly Things is a guest here. Although I have no problems with her being sharply questioned, and I have no problem with her being held to account for her actions. I draw the line at personal attacks, character assassination, ad hominem attacks. We're not going to do that here. We're not going to do that here.
So it's crazy. Like I've heard it enough. I've heard it a lot of times that he ended up calling some black chick a bitch, But to hear that, I hope that's not true. I haven't heard him say it, so I don't know. But I told y'all about this nigga a long time ago. Okay, Marcus, what's going on, Marcus? Etymology is ETYMOLOGY, but we all make mistakes. Yeah, I told you about this nigga, man.
The same guest right extends to anyone who appears on the panel today. Good people can disagree.
Mm-hmm.
But we're not going to be roasting, toasting, capping, snapping, calling names. No, we're not going to do that.
Why not?
We're not going to do that.
Why not? I don't understand why.
That's number one. Number two.
But wait, we do it any other time. That's the shit I don't like.
My role in today's discussion is to be fair and balanced, objective and impartial.
Oh, you know the word on the street markets is I'm known for my looks, not etymology. Apparently, I lead and I'm known for my looks, not etymology. Not calling saying chicks got a cemetery womb. Not protecting children. Not going at pedophiles. Not tearing people up on panels. Not going at Anton Daniels. I'm known for my looks, so that's what's up. You know, so
I'm not here to be team fill in the blank. I'm here to call balls and strikes.
Wait, whoa.
Right down the center of the plate.
Whoa. Wait a minute. Wow. What? You here to call what?
I don't know what that means. I don't know what that means, and I don't want you to keep going.
Hold up. Oh, E Black, yo, I did I reacted to your two of your videos. I put it in one, bro. And I will tell you, I'll send you the date. I'll send you the timestamp. I swear I did a recording, right? Covering the what's his name, Mike TV shit, right? I recorded it earlier today. I promise to God, I gave you a shout out for the 2K. You're still at like 199 something. So I probably put that out tomorrow. Just a little quick reaction. So, but you doing your thing, bro. Shout out to you. Right, April. She said you already had one dude obsessed with your looks. Who shall remain nameless? Facts. Irrelevant.
That's number two. Number three, like I said, the content creators on social media who have disagreed with Just Pearly Things are welcome to
everything that happened. Everything that happens in life, as I stated.
Okay, I don't know how I skipped that part. No problem, bro. You doing your thing out there, bro. This is what it is. You gotta call it. That shit was, bro. I was freaking shocked, man. You seen me in your comments, bro. I was like, yo, what the fuck is this? So that's that shit, bro. That shit. It's not funny, but it was just so shocking. Shout out to Doug Will. What's up with you? Yeah, man. I've been just doing content, bro. Getting better at you know, recording, editing, and putting videos out. I'm really working hard on that. So, but I seen wasn't nobody live. I didn't see nobody that I knew going live. It probably is somebody going live. But I said I had never finished this part. I got other stuff I could be doing, but I never actually got in this conversation. I definitely want to get into it. So yeah, if y'all want the link, just let me know. It doesn't matter to me. It's one of them open things. Like we did last time.
My own fault. The fact people have brought my way. So the first thing is, why did you have Nick on?
So I guess this is, they're reviewing her review, like her apology. I don't know what this is, but I guess this is supposed to be where all the drama comes from. So we're just gonna watch this part. Maybe I was probably hit the skip 5 second button or something like that. But this is apparently where all the bullshit came from. Outside of the damn panel shit. That shit was chaos. I don't want to be a part of that.
So, the reasoning behind having Nick Fuentes on was because I heard that he was on the no-fly list and he lost his bank account. Now, from your point of view, you would think, why would you invite someone on that's on the no-fly list, right? That would be a bad... Well, he's not anymore. That's how he flew, but he was. So I was more just curious why this man was banned and everything. Now, I've seen a lot of videos that say I play dumb or I'm playing dumb.
I don't think you playing dumb. Why wouldn't you just ask him over the phone? Why would you wait to the? I don't like this girl already. I want to push her into possum piss. Don't she look like she smell like cats? Or is it just me? I'm probably a mean person. I'm probably a mean person. She actually wear her grandmother's perfume.
And I'll tell you what I knew and what I didn't know. So I did know that
Shout out
he
to
was
Dallas D.
a known racist. I did know he was a known sexist. I did know that basically every bad name in the book from the right and the left, everyone hated him. So,
hold on. Is she saying she did know or she didn't know? Hold on, wait a minute. Let me see if she's. What is she saying?
I've seen a lot of videos that say I play dumb or I'm playing dumb. And I'll tell you what I knew and what I didn't know. So I did know that he was known
You did know. Okay.
racist. I did know he was a known sexist. I did know that basically every bad name in the book from the right and the left, everyone hated him.
Right. So racist would have came up, but you still thought the bro. Okay. Marcus says I don't know much about this guy. Just heard his name in the manosphere. You talking about Nick or you talking about Obsidian? I think you're talking about Obsidian. Been on the panel with him just barely once and something about a book. He kept asking, yeah, you talking about Obsidian, because that's what the fuck he does, endorsing, talking a lot about him. Go, yeah, that's what he does. Apparently he came out with a book a couple years ago. Don't know what it is because they don't read the manosphere. That's like why I don't want to be a part of it. Shout out to Natasha Vincent. She's a world class. Good evening to you in chat. Definitely shout out to the chat and the cloud watchers. We have the lovely Natasha Vincent in the building. So yes, definitely shout out Canada because reasons. Marcus says she does look like she can own a lot of kitty litter and maybe spell like it. Facts. Shit, she looked like she smelled like the fish she caught with her bare hands earlier today.
So the reason I had him on was because, guys, people say that stuff about me. They say I'm sexist. They say I'm a misogynist. And, you know, I really just like to give people the benefit of the doubt when I interview them. I don't go into interviews.
Right. So if they say you do coke, are you gonna bring a lot of people that do coke on your show? Is that how you do? That's how you run your business? Is that what we're doing? If they say you're a klepto, you're just gonna get a bunch of cat burglars? Like, what are we doing right now?
Trying to interrogate someone. I just more try to listen and see where they're coming from.
Right.
In hindsight, that wasn't smart. And in hindsight, I should have had someone, you know, maybe Sarah Garvey, maybe
the same guy you ended up copyright striking. That's interesting.
Another content creator.
That's why I like waiting, because shit is just way better afterwards than when you do it blindly in the beginning when it's hot.
That could have pushed back more and really was more educated on the topics that he was talking about than I was, because I certainly was not an
because it was his fucking market that you hopped your ass into.
Expert in any of the stuff that he was talking about.
Let me stop right there and jump right in. So,
here we go.
Okay.
Here we go. Here we go. Getting this cape out the cleaners.
Talk to you about this off the mic, so you already know where I'm coming from with this. I'll say it on the air, and we can kind of.
So you prepped her. Okay. All right. Let's rock.
Bat it back and forth. My problem with you, Pearl, with regard to Nick Fuentes, is the following. Number one, Nick Fuentes has absolutely nothing to do with your lane. Your lane is relationships, whether people agree, disagree, they like your approach, they don't like your approach. Your thing is actually bringing people together to talk about relationships. There is nothing about Nick Fuentes, and I didn't even know who this guy was until last week. I did my own little due diligence on him. There is nothing about him
I still don't know the nigga
suggests relationships.
What y'all think? Y'all agree with that? Because I don't know the nigga. You immediately answered that. Nick was totally her lane. I still don't know nothing about the nigga. I seen him talking with her, that's it.
You are a studied, and you can say this.
Who?
You are a studied social media professional.
Oh.
You actually paid to learn the business.
Okay.
And you know better than anyone that
come on now.
niches get riches in social media.
Okay.
Find the lane, you stay in your lane, you stick in your lane. So the problem.
But she didn't. You just said that. What's happening? You was right there when you was talking. How you forget that? What the fuck is going on right now, y'all?
What's going on?
Get him
I heard
off
you
the
said.
line.
I
I didn't know if you
what's
knew
going-
this.
No, I'm just asking you what's going on.
Then
I
when
get
you
that.
get
I
there.
don't know why you're not listening to me.
No hair.
Back up for a second. I just want to get clarity.
Mhm.
You hear what you're saying out loud, bro?
Shout out to podcast. What's up, homie?
Problem I personally had with you was, why is Just Pearly Things talking to Nick Fuentes, given the nature of the social media and YouTube business in particular? It's like it's like going to Ruth Chris Steakhouse and expecting tofu, and then all of a sudden you bringing out the tofu. You're at Ruth Chris Steakhouse, so why are we eating tofu?
Cause I'm rich, bitch. If I'm rich and I'm important, they better have that shit when I go there. Like, that wasn't a good example at all. What's wrong? What are you talking about?
That's the first thing. I want to give you a chance to respond, and we'll continue with the tape. That's the first thing. The second thing.
Oh, sorry.
The second thing, and you say it on the tape.
I agree.
The second thing is,
So it seemed like
you clearly didn't prepare for your guest. Clearly. I'm not saying that you have to be a PhD level, expert in the matters that y'all were discussing. Y'all covered a wide range of topics. Geopolitics.
I genuinely don't think her problem in hindsight was not being prepared. I just think it's the opposite. I think her and her guest Nick was actually had more in common than what they expected. It's the opposite. They had a natural bond, from what I saw.
Global history, military history, Jewish history, and then of course in the United States with regard to Black American history, the role of slavery. So y'all covered a lot of ground. And if you're going to do something like that, it would help to have a basic, decent grounding in some of the basic facts. That's just good hosting. Not YouTube. I mean, this is like radio. This is Barbara Walters type stuff. This is Terry Gross type stuff. This is Phil Donahue type stuff. That's just what good hosts do, is that they bone up on their guests and on the general topic and are prepared to have a meaningful conversation. I had a problem with that you weren't prepared. Do I think that you are a racist?
Before he get into that, I mean, I'm gonna just state the obvious. It's been up to this point. I don't think I've said nothing. What is their relationship to where she would be here to listen to this shit? Like, what is their relationship? What is it? Why is this happening? Why did it happen? Like, why did she go to him? I'm confused. Why did she go to somebody bigger, like TLA or somebody? Like, I don't understand. What is this about? And is she just sitting there like a niece that knows she in trouble? It's weird.
After examining the 3+ hour interview one-on-one that you did with Nick Fuentes, and that I covered, you mentioned this in your video, that I covered yesterday over the course of 8 hours, my response to that question would be no. I think you were stupid.
Shit.
But I don't think you were racist. You can fix stupid.
Oh, I guess that's supposed to be the substitute. He was hard on her. He called her stupid. That's supposed to be the substitute. She can take it. When we already know you prepped, you probably tell her you gonna say that. See, I don't like shit like that.
It's debatable whether you can fix racist. I'll hand it off to you and give your response.
Well, to your first question, I really just follow what I'm interested in. That's what I've done the whole time on YouTube. Is I follow what I'm curious about and what I'm interested in. So, I honestly just
This. So the nigga this is where both y'all down. The nigga Obsidian give you a out and give you a lane, and then you undermine the lane, thinking you helping yourself by saying, "No, I just do what I'm interested in." When, okay, if what you interested in is being ill prepared to receive a known racist, your interest is stupid. So this is dumb, y'all. This is unprepared.
Wanted to know, how did this man lose a bank account? That was what sparked the.
You know what? If you wanted to know how he lost a bank account, you could have sent a fucking email. Goofy. Shit.
The interview was like, he didn't have a bank account. He was on the no-fly list. Like, I don't even think Kanye was on the no-fly list. So,
bitch, why the fuck would Kanye be on the no-fly? What the fuck are you talking about? The nigga wears clothes and raps music. What the fuck would he be on a no-fly list for? For wearing a MAGA hat? Shut your stupid ass up. No. Now I see why y'all like this girl. I swear this is the most. The other day, this is the most I listened to this girl talk. That shit's stupid. Oh my god. Why the fuck was Kanye be on a no-fly? I don't even know how you get on that. That nigga drives fucking private. What?
And when you Google him, all this crazy stuff comes up. But, it's the same thing with me. So, a lot of crazy stuff comes up when you Google me. So, honestly, So, is this you admitting that you guys are similar when it comes to people that are not your complexion? Is that what you're saying? Is that a confession? I was just curious, and I probably could have been. I should have been more prepared. I just wasn't. I just didn't do it, honestly.
That's why you can't give an asshole an out. Like, you're just gonna take it. You're gonna take the I wasn't prepared route. You were up there in that fucking interview. Y'all had a natural flow and bond. Like, y'all was like little kids at a Klan rally, just bonding and shit. Like, I don't think she's racist, but I do think she's prejudiced. I just think that's how they raise, and it is what it is. There's nothing wrong with that. I don't have no problem with any nationality or race banging with their own first, second, and third, and 10th. I don't find no problem with that. I don't care what it is. I don't even care if you call us a bunch of N-words. I just don't have no problem with y'all trying to preserve your own genes, because that's what I would do. You know what I mean? It is what it is. But it's just, we understand when we come in the public, it's a certain decorum that we're responsible for. And when you go about it the way she goes about it, I think people in this space are in the right to take the position that they took when she aligned with this Garvey guy, who then I guess extended over here to be in this sphere for these people to support, and then for you to get to 1 million and then show them their ass. I mean, we've seen that a lot. There's a lot of sensitivity to that because we've done it plenty of times. You know what I'm saying? Hold up. Okay, Natasha gave some context. Natasha Vincent says, yeah, I said yeah. Ye was out here saying anti-Semitic things for several weeks. I think he was on, was it Fuentes guy show too, with both of them being very open about their views. But I don't think that's no flawless stuff. Like, even anti-Semitic can pull funding, right? May not be able to get you deals, but it shouldn't restrict freedoms and privileges that you can pay for. You know what I mean? I don't see why he would be on the fly list and why she would bring that shit up. Dallas D said, I'm glad I'm not the only one who doesn't think wanting to preserve their ethnicities. Yeah, I mean, I don't even expect a dog to to not want to preserve itself. You know what I'm saying? Even its own particular breed. I don't think that's racist at all. Not even just from an etymology standpoint, not even from the word. It's just a common sense standpoint. Everything about your body, everything about you is to preserve your genes. Your ability to see, your ability to hear, your ability to touch, your ability to have elimination systems in your body. All of that stuff is designed for you to preserve yourself. So to see a Klan rally and for what it's supposed to be, for them to protect their prosperity or whatever they call it, or protect their bloodline and their genes. I have no problem with shit. That shit does not bother me at all. I don't care who it is. Even when Africans come over here and got that whole deal going on, that shit don't bother me, because that's what y'all supposed to do. When people are, these Italians, they show you their culture. The Scottish, they show you their culture. Jamaican, they show you their culture. Peruvian, etc., Arab. I don't have no problem. Like, what's that chick that was on Lapeef? Fuck is her name? The Lebanese chick. The fuck is that girl name? Whatever her name is. When she talking her shit or whatever I get it. That shit don't bother me. I don't think that's racist. But I think when you exist in a way, it's just like a hater. A racist and a hater is the same type of person. They the same shit. When your life is about somebody else coming down so you can be up, that's when you become a problem. But if you guys are over there protecting your own for the purpose of preservation, I don't have no problem with that. But when you got a hater and you got a so-called racist where it's like your self-worth is attached to these people not having the thing that they have, then it just be a particular people. It don't be the rest. It don't be just everybody with just nationality or genotype or whatever. It be just these particular people you have a problem with. Just so we can, it's easy for us to think us here, right, with brown skin here, but then in fucking Palestine is any one of those brown skin Muslims. They got to go, or darker Muslims, because they almost all them pale now. So, yeah, I'm with you, Dallas. I don't look at it like, oh, Amira, yeah, Amira. Appreciate you, bro. I forgot the girl name. I don't watch this shit. Big Mike said, the belief that humans are made up of various species in itself is racism. Yeah, well, yeah. Self-hate should be racist. If you look at it like that. All right, let's get back to this.
Okay, so
I did remove the interview.
Okay,
you're okay.
Prematurely. All right, so we're going to go ahead with the video, and we'll discuss a little bit more as it goes along. Let's continue.
I again did not think through a lot of the repercussions of posting that, so I just removed it. If you do want to see the full interview, Obsidian did react to it. That's on his channel. The intention was not, I guess, to hide it. It was just, this might not have been the best move. I'm just going to remove it now. So again, racism.
Let me just stop right there, because there's been a lot of people who have asked about your removal or the removal of the Nick Fuentes interview, not only from your YouTube channel, but apparently from Rumble. I'm going to assume it was your Rumble channel. But it was removed from Rumble as well. There have been those among whom we have invited. The list is publicly accessible over on my community tab. You can see who we invited for tonight's discussion. Several of those people suggested that you had malicious or disingenuous intent in taking down that video. I wanted to give you a chance, because it wasn't clear to me if YouTube had taken down the video, and by extension Rumble, or if that you made the executive decision to take it down. So I wanted to give you a chance to speak directly to that and why, and then we'll go from there.
Well, okay, first of all, I could not put that full video on Rumble. Oh my gosh. I thought, I couldn't believe you even reacted to all of it, to be honest. That's like a sure way to get your channel taken down.
Anybody got Rumble? I haven't tried that. I heard podcasts say he had Rumble. Like, you gotta check it out. I think that's what what's his name? Andrew Tate is on. You need to check that out.
I took it down because
that's a fact.
I felt like I was just out of pocket a bit. So I was just like, you know what? I'm gonna just take it down. And
you know what? That part, Juju, like, it's either he don't have no shame or he really stupid. But if he's an author, he can't be really stupid. Well, he can be really stupid, but the likelihood that he's really stupid is fucking slim to none. So it's like the audacityism that this nigga is operating with is mind-boggling. It's like every time I think of this kid, Obsidian, I think of a sniveling little shit. That's the words that come up to my mind. Like, you just so obvious that you just want to be, I guess, famous. I guess you want. I don't know what you want to call it. Mainstream. I mean, I don't know. Maybe you got $100 million dreams through this venue. But it's like, where's your integrity, bro? Nothing stands without integrity. Big Mike said you do. You got Rumble. Gotta download it. Check it out. I barely even use the damn IG, bro.
Hindsight, maybe I should have left it up, but it was just like a rash decision.
Yeah. Hey Dallas, he suffered from Napoleon genes. That's what that nigga got. But I feel you.
And I just took it down. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So for the record, YouTube didn't take it down. Rumble didn't take it down. She made the decision to take it down. You heard her reason for it. Let's continue.
But do you know the thing? You're right, Mike. He said he's not charismatic. He's not. But if you're gonna go the intellectual route, you have to act. You have to be studied, and you don't hear it in him. You don't hear this, and you don't hear the wisdom. Like when you got a guy his age, he's 50, body's basically decrepit. I want to hear wisdom coming out of your mouth. I don't hear wisdom when this guy speaks. I hear a sniveling little shit. That's what I hear. Natasha, I thought I was on the way. Natasha said the name alone, Rumble, scares me. I won't be getting on the count since I picture lots of fights and arguing. Which is hard to say, girl, on YouTube. Yeah, we got enough of that. I think of the Rumble Pack from Nintendo 64 every time I think of it. Actually, it was a game called Rumble. Rumble something. I feel that. Yeah, I feel that. You're right about that. He was that nigga. I ain't gonna sit there hold you.
Continue.
Has no place in society, and I do take accountability for bringing him on. Hindsight's always 2020. I wrote down some of the complaints that people had. So if I look this way, it's just because I made bullet points of everyone's concerns, and I'm just addressing them. Okay. My Africans, that part. So in the heat of the conversation, I made some remarks to my producer, Blessing. Now, Blessing is a godsend. Okay, Blessing has made the production quality literally phenomenal. He's so talented. And during this conversation, we were talking about immigration, and I said, I'm trying to get my Africans to America. Now, I watched it back, guys. It was so cringy. Oh my gosh, it was so embarrassing. I met my
Miss, when you said it just now, that shit was cringy. Yeah, that shit was uncomfortable. I ain't gonna sit there and hold you. That shit don't even be bothering me. I'm like, why you keep saying it over and over again? What you trying to warm us up to it? Like every time she says it, it's not good. I don't want to hear her say it again. And I think she's gonna say it some more. Yeah, it don't sound good. It's clear how she means it. It's clear that I would say she's a little too comfortable. I wouldn't say it's prejudiced or racist. But it just sounds horrid when she says it, because she just has, like, she's faintly boiled rice with no flavoring. That's basically what she is. I'm not talking about how she looks, but it's just, that's the feel you get from her personality, which is fine. That's actually not a bad thing. You know what I'm saying? Because you can have too much flavor and be overpowering. It's not a bad thing. It's just like, pun intended, you just don't have the tastefulness for certain things. She just don't have it, and she irritates it. Like, she's irritating to listen to. Like, if I'm trying to take it serious, I can't listen to it.
African employees, I just said Africans. The reason is because, like, why wouldn't you just say my employees or whatever to America? The African passport system is just more difficult than the UK one. I didn't know, like, Blessing had to go to the embassy or something to apply to go to America with me next month. We're gonna go do some work there, and
I think a Blessing is a guy.
And so I've just found that the immigration process is a bit more difficult. So that's why I referred to them, because my African employees, I needed more help with, and I was saying in the interview that I wanted more open border policies because I wanted them to come. Again, I really respect the African culture. I had no ill will or malice towards any of that. But it sounded absolutely awful. It was so cringy watching back.
The thing with it is, I don't think the Africans are going to be as upset as we are. And that seems a bit pretentious on our part, but in reality, lady, you come from our culture, so we understand the tonality of what you're saying. Not that I'm big on tone, but overall, that's how people take stuff. We understand that the underpinnings of what you're saying. We understand that type of slight. And I'm not saying that they don't, but we are beyond familiar with it. And we're going to take it more personal than them. Just hearing it. Because it looked like you running over there to be disrespectful. So that means you really want to be here and be disrespectful. That's how that's how the average person is going to. They may not say it like that, but they're going to think that. So that shit may fly over there, it ain't gonna fly over here. But you over there with them in London with your Africans. My Africans is wild, bro. I do the best I could in these situations to like be objective, because I have a completely different take when it comes to so-called race and so-called racism and so-called white supremacy. I subscribe to none of those things, none of those common concepts. So I take an objective approach. But so when you have me agreeing with the masses, it has to be egregious. Like listening to her explain it, let alone how she said it in real time, it's trash. Like Juju says, she's cringe. The whole her. Delacy says, my question is, if she would feel it was cringy if there was a backlash, if there was no back, would she fucking feel cringy if it was no backlash? Is a good ass fucking question. And you get that feel while you listening to her that the only reason you're up here doing it is because it's backlash. That's what I get from it. It just she was wearing like those clothes, like she's dressed down, but it still feel like the corporate bullshit for some reason. She's trying to be as chill as possible, but it's not selling for me. Doug Will says she's your typical white girl. Most of them sound like this. They do. Natasha says she's always come off as socially awkward to me, but the cutthroat business acumen. But has cutthroat business acumen. She's riding the algorithms and knows exactly what she's doing. This is all just part of her 5-year media plan. Yeah, that she gave them niggas to own their channel for 2-3 years. Bitch, you crazy. Natasha said, to be clear, I do not condone her messaging, but I see her plays. She can't fool me. That's a fact. In fact, she can't fool most. I'm not one of them people that's gonna go solutions, man. I said that word is much more powerful than people think it is. It takes a lot more to get, a lot that goes into solutions. But does what you say make sense? And then when you say that, what the fuck does she say other than my Africans? What did she come up with that's unique to her? For citing stats that you can go to Manosphere and get all day, every day. I don't hop on the bandwagon, but when I'm watching and I'm listening, I don't hear anything unique. And I gotta call a spade, and people are saying the same thing. Like, what are you known for? It's a lot of people like that. I ain't about to name them. But you only known because you say other people's words? Like, what's your shit?
So, it was stupid. Okay.
All right, so this is in reference to the statement that you have made, the My Africans statement during your interview with Nick Fuentes. So Blessing is your producer. He is here in the house with us. He'll be joining us in a minute. He's waiting backstage along with
Blessing
Auntie Jenny, etc. So they are here, and I want to hear from them as well. But I'm just going to go ahead and ask you this flat out, because many people have been talking about this. When you had the conversation with Mr. Fuentes regarding immigrant workers, do you just purely feel that African immigrants work harder than foundational Black Americans or the African descendants of slavery?
I remember this conversation. I remember this topic coming up. I forgot what channel I was on, where they was basically talking about this and arguing about this. What channel was that on? Jessica X had got caught up in that conversation with the dude Jason Black, and yeah, that's what that conversation. Okay, so this is where it stemmed from. Let's rock.
These Native Black Americans, Is your position
That's a fact.
that they work harder than Black Americans? Is your position that Black Americans are lazier than African immigrants?
Those are two different questions.
No. No, I don't know why they said that I said that. I did not say that. I was just talking about Western versus non-Western in general, but no.
Okay, so I just want to make sure I got this right. You were not referring to specifically to Black Americans. Your position is that Black Americans are not lazy. Your position is that immigrants in general, or African immigrants in particular, just work hard. I want to make sure I understand your position on the immigrants.
Me too, because I'm getting confused at this point.
I've just noticed that non-Western people work really hard. I grew up with nannies from around the world.
Okay.
Colin, what's going on?
Get him
I heard
off
what you
the
said.
line. I didn't know if you knew this.
No, I'm just asking you what's going on.
Didn't
I get
you
that.
get
I
there?
don't know why you're not listening to me.
No hair.
Back up for a second. I just want to get clarity. You hear what you're saying out loud, bro?
I think she think we stupid. That's what I think. That's what I think. I think she think we stupid. Bitch, you just said. You just fucking said that you wasn't talking about so-called black people that's in the Western world that don't work as hard as the African immigrants where you are in London and England abroad. Then you just said it's a fucking Western and non-Western thing. So if you think the fucking non-Westerns work harder, you fucking asshole. See, now I understand why everybody was pissed. This is some fucking fuck disingenuous. This is some disrespectful shit, bitch. This shit is disrespectful. And he sat the fuck up there and what? Who the fuck does she think she talking to? Who the fuck does she think she talking to? Like, who the fuck do you think this is? Oh my god. Facts. I believe you, Juju. I believe it. I believe you, because she just explained it again. She explained it, exposed her goddamn self talking. Fucking question to me while I let a nigga talk. I will let these niggas talk, bro. Let them talk. Fuck it. I'm not dropping them earlier. Keep talking, nigga. Beat yourself. She said the statement is irrelevant, and she thought Westerners worked harder. It doesn't. She undermined her point. Dallas said, "You notice how he answered exactly." He answers the questions as he's asking them. Then he's asking two different questions. She's trying to rush the process to hurry up and get the uncomfortable parts out because he's not a leader. He don't know how to deal with the uncomfortable things. He's in more frustration than she is. Answering the goddamn questions. What the fuck they call that shit? With Thor and all them, the Greek shit. When they put the coins over your eyes and you give it to the boatman, like he doing that for her. Like the bitch is dead, and you taking the you the boatman putting the gold coins on her eyes when you supposed to be the one getting paid. Like that's what this nigga is doing, making everything easy for the little girl. Was she like 26? Who's AA? I'm not familiar. I don't be around these spaces as much as it seems like I do. I don't be knowing everybody. I didn't even know who the fuck Jason Black was. Or this, what the Yanni chick. And I know she on the other side. A lot of these people, I'm just finding out who they are. Or that guy that be with her. The guy from England. Whatever the fuck his name is. Sarah Garvey. I've seen this nigga name in like 11 different
They were always really
titles and thumbnails.
really hard workers. They were German, South African, Polish. Like I literally grew up with people from around the world. So when I came to London, I just noticed that, you know,
hey Juju, no, it's not your fault. I'm so used to people acronyming people's name on YouTube. It's my traumatized YouTube brain. You good?
The African people that worked for me worked really hard, and it was just meant to be a compliment to them. That was it.
I'm glad that you brought up the whole thing about it. You kind of alluded to it. This has been a flashpoint in the conversation.
You know what that happens when you try to be a people pleaser. I commend leaders that are people pleasers. I'm not that type of guy. guys that can lead, guys and girls that can lead and be a people pleaser, because I just don't see it. There's too many feelings to coddle. And it leads you to breaking promises and disappointing people unnecessarily. Even though if you kind of like me, you're going to disappoint people probably much more earlier and much more harsh. But, you know, I just keep stuff straight down the middle. This is where it's at. No, I wouldn't do this. Yes, I would do this. Because when you try to make everybody happy and you just start talking out every side of your neck, and you know, you lose respect like that. So that's on her.
As well.
You know what? Yeah, you have to commend her for that, though. Dallas says, but I do respect her showing up to the hot seat. Obsidian just kept it warm for her and never let her sit in it. My bad. When I'm reading this, it's like when I got the video up, which y'all don't see, it's the fucking blue light, the little blue bar that be at the bottom and let us play the video. It'd be fucking throwing me off, and I gotta look at the damn comments. Switching up while I'm in the middle of a sentence. But yeah, I do respect that she came and she you know, made herself available for the fire. However, he made it weird. Like, he made it weird. I don't know who else could have stepped in. I'm not gonna say like I know who would do it, because I think Coach Greg Adams. I was asked who should be the leader of the Black Manosphere. I think Coach Greg Adams. If I was to name anybody, like, he'd have chewed her ass the fuck up. You already know how he get down. I mean, he's gonna be professional, but it's not too much stuff he'd let her get away with. You know what I mean? Big Mike said she thought he had the juice and he didn't. That he didn't have facts. That nigga ain't got none of it, man. That nigga's been getting treated around these parts. Everybody be talking to that nigga like he's 6. If you don't go sit your old ass down.
You're privileged. Let's just get right to it. You're privileged. You're of the manor born, as they would say. Come from a strong 2-parent home. And your father and mother, very successful. Come from a very big family. A lot of siblings. Many of your siblings are very successful in life. Many have argued in the Black online community that you got where you are because you were. It's kind of like, and I don't expect you to know this. There was a politician back in the day named Ann Richards out of Texas, and she would say of George W. Bush, a fellow Texan, Bush the second, Bush the younger, that he was born on third base and thinks he hit a triple. Okay. Many in the Black online community are of the view that you got where you are because you're female, you're white, and you're privileged. What do you say to that?
Here come the rebuttal. Y'all ready? Better let y'all niggas know.
I mean, I can't act like where I came from didn't help, you know? So it was a lot of hard work. I think that, I mean, honestly, anyone that works with me knows how hard I work, knows how many hours I put in. It's actually insane. The last year, I literally have barely slept. But, you know, to act like I had no advantage in the world, that's stupid. Like, of course I had an advantage. I think the biggest advantage, honestly, is just being able to be more risky with the business because, you know, other people have a family to feed and they have to think about that. Where me, it's like, if things go south, I'll just go home. So I would say honestly, that's my biggest advantage.
Yeah. Let's continue the tape because you do speak to something else that I wanted to ask you about, but it comes up in the tape. So let's continue.
If things go south, I'll just go home. I'm just letting that sink in. I'm letting that sink in because if things go south, I'll just go home. Wow. That is the most. That shit has bothered me way more than everything else, and it's not even from why. It's not even what I would think about in terms of her. It's not about her. It's just about the fact that I came to this space because I seen a Kevin Samuel. No, actually, I didn't see a Kevin Samuel. I was actually researching some shit on Google, and my fucking Google searches showed up in YouTube, and then Mr. Palmer channel came up, and I'm just thinking about any of those guys from Mr. Palmer channel, thinking like when I'm in child support, or my child is being alienated, or I'm in a custody battle, that if it don't work, I can just go home. Like my brain immediately went to that. It's like, yeah, bitch, why you over here? Like, how did you get over here? Cause that's not what this space was about. This space wasn't about just seeing if it'll work. You can make some money. It was about men getting towed away from their children, getting taxed by this bullshit ass system that's flawed, that will start you in debt and then put you in jail for the debt that they just started out of thin. If it all goes south, I'll just go home. It's guys that it all goes south and they go home and they take their life. So the casualness in which she said it is offensive. Ain't even about no racist stuff. It's her own race goes through that. So just to nonchalantly say what you're saying just because it's interrupting your day to day is yeah, it's just disrespectful. It's just as a disrespectful little bitch here. Very, very disrespectful. Because this is just content and entertainment. This is the topic that we are constantly on that gets labeled as red pill or MGTOW and these other things is about child alienation, child support, the fucking marriage system, and how it bends guys the fuck over. The child abuse that's happening, well, people, these are basically fathers' rights. That's where it started. Then the dating thing came after that. Now it's more about the incel and all this other shit. But this is the basis of it. It's true pain, not just a fucking come up. And to hear her nonchalantly just say the shit, definitely makes me want to push her in a corner where Cat's been pissing, and for her to get pink eye for the rest of her life. I don't like this girl. I don't like her at all. She's an asshole.
Okay. Now let's talk about,
like, literally within this live, I listened to her talk. I don't like her.
the My Africans was the other one, and then the joke about Blessing being late. So one thing that they cut out from that clip was that Nick Fuentes did say after, "Oh, I'm just giving you a hard time. I'm just kidding." Okay. Now, even so, it was still in poor taste. And what I didn't think about at the time was, sorry, for those that didn't see it, basically Nick Fuentes was talking about he's always late. And I said, "You were on time today." "Oh, Blessing was the one that's late." And it's sort of an inside joke here at Just Pearly Things. Like, Blessing is just, he's phenomenal, but he's a late guy. And every time he comes in, he says African time.
I thought she was gonna say he's just a late nigger. And for the record, Africans be late as fuck. I don't care what nobody say. Them niggas take. Come on, I don't care what. Come on, fuck with me. Them niggas are slow. First of all, that's the first part. And they do be on African time. That shit is a fact. And niggas is slow. You already know about niggas. You know what niggas be doing. Hey, I'm around the corner. How the fuck are you around? You just said you was gonna be here 40 minutes ago. Now you're around the corner. Get the fuck away from me. Don't even come now. No, we gave your plate to the children. Fuck you.
Now, Pearl me. So when I was referring to him during this joke, I was like, African. Now, I was saying African.
Big Mike says, why would her editors cut something out? Who are they? Right.
Time referring to what he says when he comes in. Now, what I realized is this was especially disrespectful because we did have someone that's a known white supremacist. That's
a fact, Natasha. Capitalism brought her to this space. A lot of YouTube AdSense keywords, relationships, dating, divorce, etc. makes lots of clicks and views. Lots and lots. A whole bloody bunch of him.
making that joke in front of him, with him, is just in poor taste.
Shout out to Cyril.
And I did apologize to him for it. I really had no malice or ill will. But,
I honestly agree with her. I don't think she had any malice or ill will. I just think this is just who she is. She's really a ditzy dame that grew up pretty prejudiced. Not pretty prejudiced, but prejudiced enough to really not give a fuck. And she's used to doing whatever she wanted to do. And she's an asshole. That's all. Delacy says Nick's joking around had nothing to do with her commentary. But if they actually joked about this behind the scenes, there's nothing to be upset about. Just poor taste. Yeah, absolutely. I think they had natural chemistry, to be honest. I mean, not from a relationship standpoint, just natural chemistry. And I think it was just her normal response to try to, I guess, accommodate all those statements that he was making and be empathetic in that conversation. And I'm just speaking to the natural part. I'm not justifying any of the crazy shit that both of them were saying. Actually, he was more sensible than she was, to be honest. He was more aware of what she was saying than she was, which was fucking ridiculous. But I guess this guys are sharper, guys understand things. But this girl is in media, she should know what she's saying. Natasha says, also my guess is that Black Manosphere is more engaged than everyone else. I would agree. Too engaged, too involved. The other parts of YouTube, which if I get some time, I'll go over the Melanie King thing tomorrow night. Maybe. It said engagement is what matters on social media for traction and visibility. I mean, other than probably the gaming community, because the children's videos that I don't even, a lot of them you can't even, I don't think you can go live, and a lot of them don't have comment sections. Yeah, so yeah, I give you that. I think it's more engagement because it's just more antagonizing, interacting. And a lot of what's going on in this so-called black sector YouTube, which it was called before Black Manosphere, is that you got a lot of people that want to reach out to you and be around you to literally keep you down, to really keep track on you and make sure you're not getting going too far. You know what I mean? It's weird. Big Mike says, we be afraid to get lined up, so we move crazy and lie about our locations. Yeah. Dallas, he said, I was talking about behind the scenes jokes with her Africans. Oh, with her staff, not the Nick thing. When she was talking about the late part, yeah. Well, you have to know in business, like you have to know. Come on now, you are. Well, other than a live that they're doing, if she's doing an interview live, okay, you got reasons. You got reasons for people to see it if you're slipping up. But if you're fucking releasing a video, there's no excuse. Like, what are you talking about? Like, it's no excuse. Like, your editor should be on top. Like, yeah, don't make me look. Like, where's your team at? Natasha says she's not ditzy. The rest I agree with, which is why you keep your eyes on ones like her. Well, I use ditzy instead of goofy, but I can. Let me look up the word real quick. You know, we look up words around here. Ditzy in all caps. Stupid, scatterbrained. Conceited, snobbish. Okay, yeah, you're right. She's not. Yeah, I'll give you that. Yeah, I give you that. Yep, you got that, Natasha. Yeah, I wouldn't say she's snobbish. And scatterbrained. No, she don't seem to be scatterbrained. She seems to be, would the word oversimplistic be a proper application? I think I literally think she tries to oversimplify everything because she don't like pressure. She's one of those people that don't like a lot of pressure.
Stupid. It was just stupid. Okay.
All right, so the whole CP time, that's what we Native Black Americans, FBA, ADOS, whatever word you want to use, Black Americans who were born and raised and have deep roots in American soil. We colloquially refer to that as CP time. The idea that we don't adhere to being prompt and on time. It's a point of, you know, insider baseball laughter and all that sort of thing among Black folks, has been for many, long before you came along, and it'll be here long after you're gone. You spoke to that. Brother from Africa is saying that he uses the phrase African time. So I'm trying to understand where the racism is. If Black Americans are using that phrase, CP time,
well,
and you have somebody that in your employ that himself uses the phrase African time, I'm trying to understand what the controversy is here. Is it because simply because you alluded to it and you're white?
I think from their point of view, it was just poor taste to do that with who was on the panel, like in front of him. You know, I think that's what they're alluding to, which honestly, I can kind of see where they're coming from. And they also don't know like the relationship I have with Blessing. So, you know, that joke probably was in poor taste. In hindsight, I probably wouldn't, you know, in hindsight, I wouldn't make it again.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's it.
All right, then. All right, we'll continue.
The next thing is, I've gotten a lot of criticism for, you know, using the Black culture and then I'm going right and leaving it, like that sort of thing. You can correct me in the comments if I'm wrong, but that seems to be a big point of contention. My intention was never to be, you know, quote unquote leader in the Black manosphere or the manosphere in general. I really have always just looked at the men as the leader. I mean, they're the thought leaders. Let's just be honest. And me, I try to support them in any way I can. You know, I bring them on my show, but saying I'm a leader in the space, you know, I feel like women follow, men lead. So I really think, yeah, that's just my opinion.
Okay, so let's jump in on this point because this is not new per se. This is going on.
It's like I'm listening, but you didn't say anything.
Point of contention. My intention was never to be, you know, quote unquote leader in the Black manosphere or the manosphere in general. I really have always just looked at the men as the leader. I mean, they're the thought leaders. Let's just be honest. And me, I try to support them in any way I can.
I try to support them. I don't know why I sound way worse than what the word suggests, but it just does.
You know, I bring them on my show.
I bring them. I don't know what it is about it. It's weird.
Saying I'm a leader in the space, you know, I feel like women follow, men lead. So I really think, yeah, that's just my opinion.
Okay, so let's jump in on this point because this is not new per se. This is going on in the latter, I guess, the last quarter of last year. I guess you could say last quarter of fall of 2022. The idea that you were being anointed as the woman king of the Black manosphere, that sort of thing. So let's get right into that.
I don't know what that means. I don't know what that means, and I don't want you to keep going.
Not on my property. Not around my niggas, he can't.
Not on my watch. Not on my watch.
Where do you think this idea that you're a leader of the manosphere or the Black manosphere, where do you think that came from?
I mean, it's probably just like my views and my subs. That's probably it. But, you know, I just think when it comes to being a thought leader, there's guys that have been doing it longer than me that I've been watching for, you know, longer than I've even been on YouTube. So I just think it'd be silly to say that I'm the leader in the space, you know? Yeah. So I think that's where it came from. Cause that was when I started to hear it, was when I started like growing really fast. Then that's when I started to get the videos of.
Now it's interesting because
this is your woman king,
right,
not
yeah.
her, you know.
And I think it's a combination of the size that you just mentioned, the sheer size of your social media footprint. I think
I pay very close attention to whether people say my channel or my platform growing, or they say I'm growing. Please watch out for that. Pay attention to that.
I think it's part that, but also part this idea that black men in the United States, we'll get to the UK piece in a bit, that black men in the United States are kind of putting you out as a standard bearer and apostle of the black man.
Nigga, you mean you?
Manosphere. And it's interesting because I was reading a Business Insider article. You're probably familiar with this. Recently, Business Insider featured you, and the title of the article was words to the effect that you're essentially the new Andrew Tate.
Shit.
And I want to know, first of all, are you familiar with that article? And second, what?
Get the fuck off my phone, bitch. You can't make this shit up, people. You cannot make this shit up.
If you so happen to read that somewhere, why would you repeat it? It ain't even remotely close. Jesus Christ.
Female Andrew Tate.
You know, I mean, it's flattering, but I mean, I kind of, I knew they were making that article. I didn't know what the title was going to be. I mean, I'd say it's flattering. I've seen a couple other people in the space as being the leaders of the space. I just don't, I don't know. Sorry. I'm trying to get a better answer, but I'm just like, I think that.
Well, Tate has been roundly denounced in polite society as a stomp down misogynist.
Okay.
Would you?
Right, the nigga. Okay, let's just slow down. Why are you pushing this right now? The nigga Andrew Tate got fucking banned from Uber. They wouldn't even let this nigga get a ride. I don't think nobody thinks Pearly and Andrew Tate are on the same anything. They fucking disconnected this nigga and banned him from banks where he had money in. Like, let's stop it. Let's slow down right now.
What do you feel about that? And do you consider yourself a misogynist?
Oh my gosh. No, I don't consider myself a misogynist. Who did you say was a misogynist?
Andrew Tate. Andrew Tate.
Oh, you said that's what they say. Sorry.
Andrew Tate has been.
Tasha.
Bang, 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 bang.
We don't miss much over here. I don't know about y'all. And wherever y'all at, we don't be missing stuff like that over here. You ain't never lied. She completely skipped that part. Ain't even come up. Cause I guess it's implied that. I guess it's like, you know, she on his show, she supposed to pick him type of thing.
Roundly denounced in polite society. There was recently an extensive, in-depth piece on him over on Vice Media's channel here on YouTube. It came out maybe 2 weeks ago, something like that. And it was done by over in the UK, it was done by two male reporters, one of them white. And they were very clear that their personal view was Andrew Tate was a stomped down misogynist. That is the view of Andrew Tate throughout polite society and the media and so on, Piers Morgan and so on and so forth. If you are Andrea Tate, if you will,
shit.
Do you also cotton to the idea of misogyny?
Yeah, I'm not a misogynist. I don't think Andrew Tate's a misogynist. I think that we both think that men and women are different and have different roles. And, you know, I think that they label anyone that thinks that as a misogynist. So that's what they do.
All right, let's continue. Fair use.
Now, the other thing was the demographic of the women on my show. Guys, I haven't done recruiting in months. So when I started, I never expected it to blow up this fast. I never in my life thought I'd have 1 million subscribers in a year. I wrote my goals for the year before, and it was 100,000. I thought I'd maybe get 100K by the end of the year.
Let me stop right there, because you had what would be considered today, everything is relative. 100,000 subscribers 5 years ago would have been a really big deal. Today it's a mild swelling. Let's be honest about that. Today we're talking millions of followers, right? So you had a relatively modest goal a year ago. Wrote it down. This is my goal. It went way beyond that. Why do you think you got such a massive following so quickly on multiple platforms?
I want to hear
that is.
Hey man, Drew, I know somebody else like that too.
I would just say I went all in. So it was about, I think my first show was the end of February last year. For those of you that don't know, I was recruited to play volleyball in England. So about a little over a year ago, I just decided to go all in. I was like, I'm going to do 3 shows a week, rain or shine. I don't think there was a lot of other people doing shows at the time. I think I was one of the only women that were doing a live panel show consistently 3 days a week. And I just think people wanted to see the panel show.
I see. All right, let's continue.
Okay, that's what I thought. Now, everything blew up so fast, and I haven't done recruiting since maybe July. The only time I have is maybe to help out if we're low on a show. So like, or if there's a really big panel, like the Andrew Tate panel, I handpicked everyone that was on that. But in general, guys, I really don't recruit. I think one.
So I want to jump in on that point, because you're speaking of the Andrew Tate, Brittany Renner get together that you had, and you call in-house, handpicked those guests.
Well, I guess it still is a panel, isn't it? Yeah, you still call it a panel.
There's been a lot of controversy, Pearl, about the guests on your show. The view among many here in the United States in the Black American online community is that you are specifically targeting Black people, Black women in particular, to make them look bad, and you make a bag off of it. I wanted to give you a chance to speak directly to that. Are you specifically targeting Black women to come on your show to run a bag off of? Are you specifically targeting them?
I think that
Well, ain't that what Fresh and Fit do? Well, I say this. I guess a better question is, ain't that what Fresh and Fit is accused of? Didn't they accuse Kevin of that? Why would you, Obsidian, perpetuate that question?
Anyone that thinks that has
Childish.
no idea how hard recruiting is. Guys, we let in everyone. It's really not that hard to get on the show. If you're a girl, anyway, there's like a line of men that want to come on the show. You really can't be that specific. So no, the only instruction that I give my recruiters is, I want people that disagree with me. That's it. I just want people that don't agree with Pearl. That's it.
You got
come on
that.
the show.
You got what you asked for.
Okay, let's continue. And
On the
there
show,
are people.
off
We
the
got a
show.
lot of people in the backstage. We're going to let them up momentarily, but I want to get through this video. Before I go any further, let me ask you straight up right now, because I don't want to get a chance to not ask.
A dope thing.
You come from a privileged family. You acknowledge that. Many are of the view that your daddy Warbucks helped you get ahead in the YouTube social media business, that he bankrolled you, that he greased the skids, that he pulled some strings and moved some boulders out of the way. I want to ask you straight up, did your daddy help you in any way to become successful on YouTube or any other social media platform, in terms of money, in terms of connections, in terms of clout? Did he help you in any way?
Oh my gosh, I've seen this. I've had a lot of accusations of so sort of. I would say sort of yes. He did give me money to start it. So I told him the idea, and he gave me, I think it was between $3,000 and $5,000 to start. That's what I started with, to buy the original soundboard and the mics. That's what I bought with it. And I think I did furniture or something else. And honestly, my dad helps, but not in the way you guys think. He doesn't know anything about social media. He has zero connections. My dad doesn't even have Facebook. It's for a middle-aged dad to not they all got a Facebook. So You know, but he helps me with accounting. He helps me with, you know, business decisions. So to say my dad doesn't help would be a flat out lie. But I don't think he helps in the way that like people think that he helps, because he doesn't.
What do you think people mean when we're talking about him helping you? What do you think they mean?
I feel like they think he has like connections in media or something.
I think people just think he gave you money. I honestly think that's just the case. And he gave you $5,000 to start a podcast when you was, what, 24? Playing volleyball? Yeah. So, it's not that much left. I think... Yeah. I don't think we'll do a part 3 of this. Because we covered a lot of it. And I've seen enough, to be honest with you, to be on y'all's side with it as it relates to her. I don't really need to see any more. I know it's much more to see. Part of me kind of want to go over Courtney's reaction to it, because I definitely empathize with her. There was some stuff that she said that was powerful. I mean, it was like one of her first lives. I definitely want to go over the freaking fiasco with Melanie King. I think it's interesting. She was on some wild ass YouTube tour, just hopping on panel. I really don't know what the original issue was. I seen a video from her today talking about she asked MTR for a kiss. I don't know if it started with that, but she was talking about doxing, so I'm gonna kind of get to the bottom of that, and I might do that tomorrow. It's pretty interesting. Her today is the first time I watched her talk this much. And then when Melanie was on, I mean, she was on Duke the Don's channel. She was on Mike TV's channel. She was on and Tommy's. That's the 3 channels I've seen her on. And obviously she was on MTR not too long ago. So, but it was just interesting, man. It was a lot of things she brought up. I mean, it was a lot of things she brought up, man. That was really, really interesting to me. The questions, and then just seeing the wickedness in the chat. I'm like, what the fuck do you want the lady to die? Like, what do y'all want from this lady? I just don't understand. Like, what do they want from her? Yeah, she has fake shit going on. Like, she has fake shit going on, and she has. It just seemed like it's a regular girl, honestly. I mean, she's 41, but I gives the fuck up, and I'm like, yo, fuck it. You know what I'm saying? I gives up. I quits. Like, once I see you ain't there, I'm not expecting much. Like, Six the Goddis is extremely attractive, but once I listen to her talk, I'm like, oh, you just a regular chick. So I'm not gonna expect greatness to come out of your mouth and like super supreme wisdom to come out of your mouth. I'm expect to be disappointed. Therefore, I don't be disappointed because I'm expecting it. Like, you had to shock me. So that's what I met with her. I'm good on this Pearly thing. I think there were other freaking there was a lot of other stuff. There's a lot of stuff going on, but I'll address that, and then moving the content to what I think makes sense for us. Because like I said, with the and please check out our first video, our first episode of Chat and Trade. It's gonna be no more not growing around here. We've had fun, we had a ball, got it out the way. You know how it is when you come in class. I don't know how y'all grew up, but we had drill. But like when you come to homeroom, you know, you're sitting on the desk flirting with the girl. You know what I'm saying? Pulling out your phone, showing pictures and shit you ain't supposed to be showing. Doing all types of shit. Yeah, but that time has passed for us. We got to grow. We got to get better around here. You don't have a choice. If you're gonna be around here, you're gonna get better. We're gonna improve. We're gonna lay down the groundwork on how to do real self-improvement. So we're gonna learn about the market. We're gonna have people come up. We're gonna try to blend a lot of these markets together. The trading one, the financial world, the real self-development world, the religious world, so we can have world-class conversations. That makes sense. Let's get a couple of comments out. If nobody hitting the link, we're definitely gonna drop off. Looking to also shorten a lot of the lives that we've been having. Kind of treat this like live reaction type of shit. Whereas I would have just you know, recorded in the private. It's great to have y'all, you know, participating and giving your ideas and thought processes on it. Natasha says, in the lesson then, black women are quicker to seek social media attention and notoriety versus other cultures. If so, we need to fix that as a group. Natasha, Dallas C said, that's exactly how I picture her father assistant. Yeah, with money. Like, I don't, what's the complication? Like, oh, he's really sitting up there like fucking Tony Stark putting it together in the back. Nobody thought of that. You just fucking gave you $5,000. Like, what do you mean? You had to use your credit? You had to use your trust? None of that. You just got 5 bands. Like, what are you saying? I don't think it's a YouTuber, a new YouTuber at that. Somebody with 1,000 subscribers or less, that wouldn't dramatically change their content. If they got extra $5,000 just to invest in equipment and programs and shit like that. The Big Mike drop says fakes are being exposed. The veil has been lifted. Duke and Mike are feuding. I can imagine. I knew that. I could see that coming a mile away. As soon as I seen him thumbnail, I'm like, he gonna be for him, because that's what he did when his name was Mr. Real Estate, doing a live, walking down the street for like fucking 4 hours. That shit was wild. What's going on, Brownie Ellie? Yeah, we shutting down, love. I appreciate you. Love the hair. Love all the pictures, the positivity. Love how you operate in this space. It's dope. Yeah, this was cool. I finally got that out the way. I can delete that damn shit. I don't need to see no more. It's like, let me see. Let me look again. Like, they don't really get into nothing.
I'm sorry, I just didn't know what your question was.
Grandparents.
Because the whole
forum here.
Oh yeah, that's when the panel happened. Yeah, I'm good. I don't want to see that damn panel. That panel was for ghetto people. Shit was trash. Absolute fucking butty bullets at all. Please hit the like button. Subscribe if you're new to the channel. If you're watching on the replay, please comment below your thoughts on some of the things that we talked about, some of the things that we do here on the channel that you want us to improve, old drama that you want to get off your chest, because we done with it. Although I will be from time to time restreaming old lives just to kind of catch people up, just, you know, new people coming in, kind of don't know what we've been through on this channel. Got equity over here. We got a lot of time in here, and a lot of good friendships, a lot of good partnerships. Loyalty is a big thing around here now. Hey man, worst things have happened. I think we're gonna be fine. So I guess we're bloody do it like this then. Since we've been talking about bloody England all day. Cheerio, it was quite a smashing day. What the fuck is this shit? Okay. So I'll say it just like this. You know what I say, man, there ain't but two classes on this planet. You're either world class or you're outclassed. And the question is not which class do you want to live in. The question is which class do the ones coming behind you deserve for you to die in, on your feet or on your knees. Respect the craft. Noble.
Like, we weren't supposed to come up with something this clean. You know, like something happened.
What the fuck? So you said the thing.
We didn't do this because we like you. We did this because we are you.
Boom, the world class.